So out come the fighters for the second bout, David, and you talked about styles. Maybe we'll get a change in style with these two.
Yeah, I know the Korean competitor. We go to Korea quite a lot for training camps, and I've seen her fight quite a lot, and she's had a lot of spars with Jade Jones. So yeah, she's a good fighter, quite a good high section, and yeah, we'll see how the fight goes. France looks like quite a tall competitor, so we'll see how the fight goes.
Kim So-hyu, Republic of Korea, and Yasmin AZIEZ representing France. Kim So-hyu in red, AZIEZ in the blue. And does height play a big part in this?
Yeah, definitely. Taekwondo is, I think now the style, because it's on electronic systems, every country seems to be producing these really, really tall people that you have no idea how they make that weight. So yeah, it's all about leg length, so it's a major factor.
Talk about weight, we do get issues where the fighters come in and they actually miss their weight, and it's straight through the next round for their opponent. So these guys will have been through three rounds or 4 rounds already today. And how do you combat fatigue and possible injuries?
It's just kind of having good physios, keeping on top of everything, taking care of yourself. But yeah, generally all the countries have physios. But France is 3-0 up. She had some good leg control then. Yeah, had a leg up and then kind of brought it back round for a headshot. So it was good because she seems like she's got good leg control and really long legs. So Korea's going to have good movement to get inside her, and maybe some combinations.
Apologise at home if you've lost the scores on your screen. AZIEZ of France does indeed lead 3-0. We're a minute 20 to go in round one, so we're already 3 points better off than we were in our first fight. AZIEZ happy to dangle out the leg and keep her opponent away from her there, Damon.
Yeah, I think in a different way, this is similar styles to the first fight, whereas they're again in open stance, and she's kind of using a really good check, and it's hard to come underneath it because it's hard to go around for a headshot if they've got good cover. So similar styles. So Korea's going to have to work different techniques, maybe try back kick or even a reverse.
Interesting to see AZIEZ looking at the scoreboard already at this point. That was more the time that she's looking at there.
I think sometimes when you look at the scores during the fights, it's to look at the time, and also maybe if you've thrown a kick and you're not too sure if it's scored or not. But I sometimes do it myself, but it's sometimes best to just focus. There's like a kyongo then for it. So she got a kyongo basically. Korea went to kick and France blocked with her knee. So that's a penalty, like a half point off.
The crowd groaned as it happened. Attempted spinning kick from AZIEZ there, and neither were happy, or connecting, should I say. But, just over 10 seconds left of round one. These two a bit more adventurous than our first semi-final. So that's the end of round one, Damon, and AZIEZ with the point score, but both of these really going for it.
Yeah, I think France has been clever using her reach, like we spoke about earlier, really well. She's got very similar to the previous fight. With China, she's got a good high chamber, and she's kind of leading with her leg, and Korea's finding it hard to kind of get in her distance. So I think Korea maybe needs to try to cut her underneath with the back leg, or maybe try some back kicks or reverses, or close her down and work in the clinch. But I think France also needs to watch the kyongos, because it seems to be that sometimes when the Korea's going, she is blocking with her leg a couple of times.
So these two have had a tough ride so far. Nothing gets easier from here on in. It actually just gets tougher at the moment. So Hugh, 3 down. Stayman was alluding to earlier, giving away that height advantage and possible reach as well.
Really good leg control from France there, changing the timing and just keeping her on the end of the leg.
Superb athleticism to balance and keep moving forward on the attack. Distinctive ponytail coming through the top of that blue helmet. Helmet she's protected very well so far.
Yeah, France has started this round really well. Good leg control, good distance, keeping on the end of the leg as she's moving back, and she's cautious of that leg.
She physically looks more confident as well than her opponent. And that's gained as an extra point for AZIEZ as well. It's 4-0 now.
Korea maybe try a back kick or not anymore. There we go.
Somewhat telegraphed. You saw that about 13 seconds before she did it, but hits the deck.
Good attempt of back kick from France then, really good attempt. France is looking good. Korea's kind of struggling with her ideas, just because with that leg control is dangerous. As soon as you move in, she could flick it up to the face. Kyongo again, like I said before, France has kind of she is blocking with her leg when she's coming in, and Korea could play on that and throw some more back legs to get some more deductions.
Well, let's give her a point. They give her a pain in the ankle as well, by the looks of it. She straight down to holding the lower part of the leg. Cheers there from certain sections of the crowd. That's because AZIEZ has clocked over another point there, 5-1.
I think Korea's trying to go high in the clinch with a crescent kick, but it's a tall opponent. Sometimes it's hard to get up there.
A long reaching leg from AZIEZ there, just being evaded.
Good try at back leg there in a double. Kyongo.
These two covering the majority of this 8x8 mat.
Good back leg there from no score. France needs to make sure she stays sharp and not kind of inviting the pressure. She needs to do what she started.
Well, the 22-year-old from France in control at the moment, 5-1 as we approach the end of round 2. That 0-0 from the first semi-final, a distant memory already here. 5-1 brings us to the end of round 2, and apart from giving away a point, AZIEZ is in pretty much firm control here, Damon.
Yeah, she's looking good. She's using that leg control well. I think the start of round 2 is the best round. Really sharp with the leg, varying the body and the head, keeping Korea away, and she's just kind of trying to get around her leg, and because she's so tall, it's hard to get over that for that chamber. So she's doing really well. The only thing I could possibly see happening is if France gets a bit tired maybe, and she gets a bit sloppy, and Korea can capitalise on that.
Well, she likes Manchester. She got a bronze medal in the European Championships last year. But she also likes Rio as well, and she'll probably want to go back there. She won the 2011 Military World Championships when that was held in Rio in 2011. So this is the start of that journey, of course, and you can see them both now on the screen. And the French coach, despite being 4 points to the good, not getting any let up for AZIEZ. Barking instructions, still giving her some. In fact, she's yet to return to the mat. Here she comes, and a good solid round needs to see her through here.
Yeah, France needs to stay sharp, stay concentrating, and just like that, working her leg. Another nearly. Just needs to stay focused, and Korea needs to wear her down. That's it. Working the clinch, I think she needs to do. Good attempt there at 180, counter 180. I think Korea's just lacking sharpness in the attempts. The kicks don't seem too sharp, not as sharp as normal, to be honest.
Fine weight world champion, beating Valueva on the way to that, but being so far outclassed by AZIEZ, but with a minute 20 plus to go.
Kyongo again, maybe from...
yeah, she's holding her ankle.
Depending on what the referee does, it could go to 5-2. I think France is... she's got a high leg, and when Korea goes to counter, she's kind of dropping it to block with her leg, which is illegal.
On comes the magic spray. Replaced the magic sponge around about 15 years ago, didn't it?
Yeah, I never know when people come and spray over your trousers. I don't think it does anything, maybe placebo effect, but it's sometimes a bit of time as well to have a little breather. There's a counter, like I said, so it's 5-2 now.
So AZIEZ top drawer on the mat, but the referee not happy with their conduct at times, but 5-2 it is.
Korea's going in the clinch and she's trying high with her right leg, but it's not working because she's so tall. Oh, there we go, reverse. There we go, 4 points.
Well, that is a massive change in game.
France's
comes the appeal, yeah.
So I personally think that scored. So good attempt there, like I said, a good counter for someone with the check is a spin off it, it's a back kick or reverse, and she switched stance and kind of led her into it and caught her with the reverse. So it was really good from Korea.
Welcome to the world of Taekwondo. AZIEZ looks in firm control. She gives away some silly points of her own, and all of a sudden, those 2 points are the points that have cost her 6-5. And Kim's high kick to the head, spinning as well, which is why you get that extra point, being appealed here. But Damon isn't convinced that this is going to get overturned, and if it does, it leaves Kim with a big task still. If it doesn't, all of a sudden, AZIEZ is controlling this game, and this fight, should I say.
It's a headshot there, I think that definitely touched the head guard.
There you can see the replays, and we've got an overhead shot here. Damon is leaning into the screen to see as much as he can. That certainly looks like it takes.
Looks like it caught the bottom of the jaw, but sometimes it's hard from the angles. But it was a good kick because she was in the wrong kind of stance to spin, and then she switched stance fast, and then she was open with the counter. So it's really good.
The body movement certainly suggests that she takes it on the chin. However, it could have been on the chest and pushed her backwards in that movement. So the officials have got some hard work to do.
Yeah, look at the screen. It's one of them. It could be the bottom of the chin, or it could be the neck. But I think the neck scores also. So it's one of them. Depends which angle. But I personally think that the kick touched. There we go. So the score stays.
Well, it stood, and these two will be very keen to get back underway. We're waiting for the screens around the edge of the mats to come back on. They do, and they still say 6-5. So what a turnaround this has been here. And AZIEZ is really going after her. But another high kick, and
counter reverse from Korea.
Cost big start.
Another 4 points. What happened then, what you saw then, was France was down, and she was only down by a point, so she changed her style completely and then rushed at her and got caught, where that was the first time she had attacked like that, because she panicked. But sometimes people do panic and you're only 1 point down, but you've got ages. She had a minute left. She shouldn't have rushed in that much. She took her time and stayed to her strengths.
Kim So-hyo has turned this one, excuse the pun, but right on its head with 2 headshots have been superb. And AZIEZ has gone from total control to mammoth task with just 34 seconds remaining to complete it.
It's 2 headshots, 8 points, massive points, and now Korea's try again for a reverse. To be honest, she's 6 points down. France needs to look for a headshot, but Koreans are very good at covering. As you can see now, they manipulate the distance and cover. She'll either shift out to block or close down. She looks a bit tired there, we'll see. Maybe 15 seconds. Personally, I don't think France will get it back. Koreans are really good when they're up.
AZIEZ trying to stretch those legs out and reach to the head, but with 8 seconds remaining, what a job Kim So-hyo has done here. The athlete from the Republic of Korea has just about ended this. A couple of seconds, and there it is. Well, what a turnaround, Damon. At one point, AZIEZ looked in complete cruise control. Yes, the points would suggest he can still get into it, but it just looked like Kim So-hyo didn't have the answers to anything that AZIEZ was doing. And all of a sudden, a wonderful reverse kick, and this game changed.
Yeah, I think what happened then, personally, what I think happened was France was up in the third